Hello my friend, on your screen again I'm welcoming you to yet another tool for revision. This is Computer Studies Paper 2, a practical examination which was done by the class of 2019. It is a Kenya National Examination Council paper, a practical exam in computer studies. And in another video that you are going to find in my channel, you're going to find there is the question 1. But now I want to go straight to question number 2 of this paper, and we see what was being tested there. We try to do a similar design. I hope you have already checked the description area of this video. In case you haven't, please do so that you can be able to access some links provided so that you can be able to download some of these papers from various websites indicated there. So question number 2 is what we are tackling now. The chief printer of Zenith Printers Company would like to have business cards. As a desktop publishing expert, you have been tasked to design the card for the officer. A. Roman 1. Open a desktop publishing program and set the page layout as follows. So guys, we are going to use Microsoft Publisher for this particular exercise. And I go straight to Publisher. And then I check now what the examiner intends us to do. Paper size 8.5 by 5.5 height. Then layout like that and so on. Target. So let me just go straight to Publisher, hoping that you have got a paper or a place to refer from as we go to set these items. So one item that I want you to notice is that the dimensions are given in centimeters. Your computer might be showing dimensions in form of inches. So no chance. Don't take chance. You must know where you go to adjust the settings to centimeters. So it's under files, file, and then you go to options, and then under options you go to advanced option, and then under advanced you are going to have so many settings. Don't interfere with any other. Go to show measurements in units of. Show measurements in units of. I zoom a bit so that you are able to see the area we are talking about. Show measurements in units of. I change that not from inches to pickers to points to pixels, but to centimeters only. Okay, hope that you have been able to see where we have gone, and then I click on OK. So our dimensions have been changed from inches. Now we are using centimeters. Then paper size now. So we do the settings of the page. At the page design, let me do page setup. So I click this icon here so that I can be able to do the general page setups. So paper size 8.5 cm, 8.5 cm, and the height is 5.5 centimeters. Then layout type, multiple pages per sheet. Wonderful. The computer knew that that is what I'm going to require. Then what else? Target paper size, a size called A4. A4. Orientation, I am using portrait. Portrait orientation. So where could we have changed the orientation? Later we can change the orientation up here at the orientation. Margin guides, no mention about, margin guides we are told. Margin guides to be 0.75, so 0.75, again 0.75, 0.75 because it's 0.75 or round, okay? So 0.75 or round. Then what else is missing? The examiner did not say this, but in case one time you may find the examiner talking about the horizontal gap and the vertical gap, that is the gaps in between the different items that we are going to create. Remember, we are creating one piece having 8.5 by 5.5, a small rectangle like this, and then it is going to occupy a full A4 paper size target, A4 paper size, and the selection that we have made here is multiple pages per sheet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. In case you would like to increase the gappings, you can just come and say horizontal gap to whatever might be required. So of course you observe the preview area, whether the gaps are going to interfere with anything. And then the horizontal gap, the vertical gap rather, like so. That gap may also be appropriate. So there we have our working area, and we design one item. The good thing with the publisher is that you design one item and then you can reproduce it. There is an instruction in Roman 2, save the publication as business card, and there goes the business card. So I start by saving as instructed, save as, browse. I had created a folder when I was doing question 1. I had created a folder on the desktop called KCSE 2019 paper 2. So this folder is the one which I'm going to save this item as business card. I save it as business card, click on save, and there it goes. Then now let's design very fast the things as we see. It does not matter. Many people may start differently, but I will start with the border, the rounded corner rectangle, which is forming the border. So there is the tool. So I'm inserting shapes and then this rounded corner rectangle from this corner to this other corner there. It does not have the blue fill color. So immediately I remove the fill color. I say no fill. So the thickness of the border might be all right. And then there is the shape which is written Zenith printers. So let me check under other shapes whether there is any appropriate shape to use for that purpose. So let me check very fast which shape is close to what the examiner may intend us to use. Let's try this. No, because it does not have a manipulation handle to decrease the curve of the semicircular region. So what I will do there, I'm going to make use of two shapes. One, I'll use the same rounded rectangle, a rectangle with rounded corners. So it is spreading to around 2/3 of the top there. And then I will not prolong it so much on this other side, so that on the other side, I'm going to put a rectangle there. So I'm kind of joining two shapes, and these two shapes, we are going to fill them with a similar color. So I have selected two shapes. How? Click the first one, hold shift, click the second one. And then I fill them with a color black, So who can tell where they have been joined at? Nobody. So that way now, I also want to reduce the corners like so. Then we have got a line at the bottom, white color, a line at the bottom somewhere within the shapes. Let me draw the line from here, running across like so. This line, because it's the one selected, it is white in color, and the thickness, I don't know whether the thickness needs to be increased further, but I suspect that that thickness is quite okay. Then I draw a text box in which I'm going to type Zenith. I could have chosen to type in these boxes, but remember they are two split boxes. So I need to draw my own rectangle, that is a text box, in which we type what? Zenith printers. Zenith printers. Why it's not visible is because I am typing in black on black. All right, so I have pressed Ctrl A to highlight the text so that I can choose the color, the font color to be white, and then I move it a little bit up, and then I increase the height of the rectangle. I'm trying to adjust so that I can increase the font at least once. So how I make the text to grow is when text is highlighted, I use Control, and the opening square bracket will decrease the font size. Closing square bracket will increase the font size. So you can make the text to grow or to shrink as you observe the outcome. Okay, that's so far so good. Then we insert some other shapes down here. I want to draw the next shape. Down here we've got a place where we have got the rounded corner rectangle again, like that. Does not have a shape fill color, no fill. The line thickness is not too thick. I may choose 1 pt for this one. And then there is a smaller rectangle appearing on top of it. Appearing on this rectangle, we have got this other rectangle up here, extended slightly upward, and then does not have a shape fill. And then the line thickness is quite smaller, like 1 pt will be sufficient. We can even use 3/4. I can choose to have this having 3/4. Let me have 3/4 as the weight, 3/4 points. And then we have got another rectangle down here, a rectangle extending from here down, slightly protruding towards the bottom, going towards the bottom. Shape outline, weight 3/4, and then no fill color. This one has a fill color. We are going to have it with the fill color white so that it can hide this line that was crossing through. Okay, then a little down there so that we have got another line appearing from here to there. Then the thickness of that line is a bit thicker than many other lines that we may have, 4.5 points. Then we draw some other lines inside this shape of a thickness of, let's say, 3/4 once again, weight 3/4. Copy paste. So Control C, Control V for copy and paste. Select the two lines, copy them, paste them. Okay, paste another pair of the two lines so that we have got a set of, let me just copy and have one more line there, like so. So again, try to think of how to have the lines properly aligned together at the same point. So if you want to professionally align the lines from a similar point, select all of them, and then you choose an item that we have align from shape format tools, align left. So all the lines now are aligned at the same point, right? Then what else? We have got a series of dots here to form a letter V. So these ones I'm going to use a circle, very tiny circle, actually tiny. To make it more tiny, I zoom out, try to reduce the size of the circle, then try also to reduce the shape outline, and then also try now to fill it. I fill the shape with black color. So that way I'm zooming out so that I can now be able to copy. Control C, Control V. To where? Say to there. Let's see whether we are going to manage that shape. Down to there. Control C, Control V. To that point. Control C, Control V. Say to that point. Control C, Control V. To up there. Control C, Control V. Control C, Control V again. So just a matter of organizing as you observe the results. Not yet. Okay, I guess I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost similar. Okay, then Control C, Control V to have it there. Control C, Control V to have this one there. And then again, Control C, Control V. So that is the work of desktop publishing. You have to know how to design, and sometimes during an exam things may not appear professionally, but at least you can see we have almost created the V-shape that we have on the question paper. So with it's a matter of time. If we had more time, we could have designed it perfectly. So I want to select these stars, these circles, these dots, and then move them a little bit to the right, just a little bit, and then Zenith printers. That one is okay. Then we have got a box down here, a text box, that is insert shapes, text box. Down here we create that text box, that text box, and then we are going to see how we are going to format that text box. We create. Okay, so that's now troublesome. I have selected the text. Control A selects everything that we have in the text. Then under home ribbon, there is the paragraph section, paragraph format section. The line spacing I'm going to use 1.0, and then the spacing after paragraph I choose none. Then the font, I'm going to choose a very small font like size 7. Then still not okay. There is still the text box. We are finding like there are margins in there. There are margins inside the text box, whereas on the paper there are no margins inside the text box. So on the text box tab, I choose margins and then I choose none. Right, now let's try to create this home drop. That is a small dot. Then drag this icon there. Invitation cards, invitation cards. Enter wedding cards, and then calendars. I'm still typing, don't worry. Banners, and much more. Okay, so that's done. But still you find that there is we need some more spacing. So what we do is, once again, I highlight everything in the text box, and then I go to paragraph spacing options, and then I choose line spacing to be a little bit squeezed. Between lines, I choose 0.75. I see whether everything is going to fit. So if we have not been able to fit everything, now it means we move the dots a little bit upward so that I create more space for my text box. sideways like that, and probably reduce the font to size 6 so that everything can now perfectly fit. Could it also be that our bullet is too big? It might also be the reason. So I go to bullets and numbering, and then choose the bullet that I want to use and reduce the thickness of the bullet to 7 pt so that it is almost matching the thickness of the size of the font that we are using there. Okay, so that is it, guys. That's how we could have maneuvered that one. I know that one was a bit challenging. Shape fill it with the color light gray, and then the font color is white. The font color, don't forget the white color, white font color white. And then now we can squeeze a bit, calendars, then invitation cards and so on. So that's done. Then alongside here we insert another text box for the person called Chief Director, Chief Printer Gele Kikomi, an issue of the size of the font. The size of the font we reduce a bit, Gele Kikomi, and then this is the Chief Printer. Highlight everything once again. Under text box, margins, no margins. Then what else? Under home ribbon, font size is okay, 7 is okay, a legible font size, but don't make it too small. Font size, this is paragraph spacing and also line spacing, make it 1. Then paragraph spacing, make it none. Then now we have extra space where we can increase the font size a little bit. Like so. So Gele Kikomi, like that. This text is bolded. The whole of this text is bolded, bold it, and then Chief Printer is underlined. Don't forget that. Then I produce another text box so that you can observe how we are formatting the text in the text box. There is still something to be inserted at the bottom there, so there should be some space at the bottom. Okay, so reduce the font size to say size 6, and then it start typing university drive, then enter phone plus 254 plus 254, what else, 840 956. Are we together there? Then there is fax colon, and then plus 254 840, once again 840 956, and then email. I'm still typing. I'm going to enlarge the text box, isn't it? No, we are not going to enlarge the text box, but we are going to modify it. Kengele O at aceworth.com. Hoping I am typing correctly. Control A selects everything in the text box. Again, guys, remove the line spacing, remove the paragraph spacing, and then we can now try to adjust the height. One thing that we have not done is on text box tools, we have not reduced the margins to none, so that everything can now be able to fit in the text box, right? So done. Very good. That is very wonderful. Very good. Can say also very wonderful, very fabulous. And then there are these lines. How do we insert those lines? Which options do we have? somebody could have argued that let's draw a rectangle and then we apply a pattern inside the text, inside the rectangle. A pattern, so pattern, a pattern like that will do. And then we say foreground to be black and then the background to be white. So let's see the impact of that. And then we remove the outline. Another person could have approached it from a different perspective where they could have drawn small lines and then reproduced copy pasting. Whichever the method, the one that works for you, use it. So in this case, we wanted to have these diagonal lines, which I have already created. And then finally, we have got that slogan at the bottom, the business slogan. Quality service is our satisfaction. Quality service is our satisfaction. Quality service is our satisfaction. It is in italics. Control I does that. And then what else can we do? We can center align the text within the text box, and then let's remove the margins once again, and then the line spacing on home, set it to 1.0, and then no paragraph spacing. Quality service is our satisfaction. There, I think we are through with the design. We are through with the design. The only thing that probably I need to move a bit is the printer to move slightly from Gele Kikomi, okay, towards the right. So how do I select that? Either I hold shift, but I can also handle them like this. Again, see how I am highlighting them? No, I like that. Okay, and then I try to drag when they are together. I move, when everything is selected, I move towards the right direction. So you just needed to design one card, and then because of the settings that we did initially, multiple pages per sheet, then if you now go to print preview, you are going to find we are going to have 10 pieces of this business card. So I am in print file, then print, so that you can see how is the organization when we are going to print out this card. How is it looking like? This is wonderful. So you can see one card, 2, 3, 4, and then there are some more down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. So to print, actually, because it's the next exercise that we are told to do, print out 10 copies of the card on one single A4 page. So just select the printer and then you hit print. You hit on print, and that way you'll have been able to produce the 10 pieces of cards on one single A4 paper size. So guys, that brings us to the end of this exercise. Remember to save your work. Having worked like that, remember to update all the changes that you have done, and that's the end of this paper 2 that was presented in the year 2019. The exercises were quite friendly, and I believe you have enjoyed the walkthrough and the illustrations that we have done in this video. In case of anything, let me know at the comment section. Remember always to subscribe, invite somebody else, share the videos, and I just want to wish you all the best as you continue struggling with your education or whatever you might be doing. Stay safe and blessed. Thank you very much.